Today we're going to tie an arbor knot, and really the only function of this is to keep the start of your line on your reel. It's mostly just to help you spool up. So you need some tension on your spool to get it started, and the arbor knot is perfect for that. So I have some mono here, so you're just going to take it right off the spool. Go ahead and run it through my rod first. The guides, open the bail, then I get my line. You're just going to tie an overhand knot, just a regular granny knot, overhand knot, square knot, whatever you want to call it. It's just a simple overhand knot. And let's cinch that up. You can see just a little knot here. I take my knife, trim, I'll leave about 3 or 4 millimeters, maybe a little bit more. It doesn't really matter so much. You just need a little bit. Then take this line, pull some back, make a loop, and then you're just going to tie another square knot around your main line loop. So here's the main line. This comes off to the spool, and it comes around and makes the loop. Pull something down enough to help manage, bring it back up and through the hole, and there you have a square knot right up here at the top. So you can see, if you can, see there's just a square knot right there. Then pull it snug, then you have a loop. This goes around your spool, and this will cinch down when you put it on the spool. I have a rod and reel that I just got. I'm going to spool up. So I'm going to take this knot and open my bail up, but I'm going to stick this through this first guide just to make it a little easier. You can do it without it, but it's just a little bit easier. So just take that loop, make sure you open the bail up. Put it around your spool. Pull it snug. You move it back and forth a little bit to tighten it up, and that's it. Just close the bail. You want to hold tension on the line because you don't want to get a lot of loose line here, because when you go fishing, you're going to throw your line out and reel it in. You're going to snag something or catch something, and it's going to tighten all of the mono underneath it, or even braided line. It's just going to make a mess. So you want to get an even spool, and you want to come out to maybe 3 millimeters from the lip here. Otherwise, if you fill up too much, it's going to make a mess. It's going to come off in bird's nest. So I'm going to hold tension. I'm going to hold the line between my fingers up top to keep tension. And then I'm just going to reel in. And if you notice, it picked up. I didn't have to do anything. It just started reeling in. I'm getting hung up on my spool because it's got a little notch in it. So generally I'll put a piece of tape or something on it, but I can already tell that I need to turn the spool over. So if it does this, you need to turn the spool over. If you lay it down and it's in even coils and it just lays down and like a spring and comes right back up, that's the proper orientation. You don't want all of this stuff happening at your fishing spot. So you want to keep an eye on this, check it every now and then, but once you figure out which way is wrong, it's not going to be so bad. So you can let a little bit of slack line come in first to get past this, and just spool in some, and then put tension back on it, and then I'll let it down and it just coils over. So we'll just do this, and you do this some more and some more and some more until you are done. But it's going to take a while, so you don't need to see all of this. Check my line again. Sweet. Keep an eye on it, keep your tension on it. You don't want it puffy. You don't want a bunch of extra line on it. You get more line on it this way too. So if you put it on loose, you throw it out, you'll notice that your spool condenses, and then you have a huge lip here, and it reduces your casting, and you don't want that. You want to be able to cast as far as you can. Every little bit helps, every little tip helps. So you're going to check periodically and just make sure that your spool is even. If your spool is bunching up at the bottom or the top, you can move your spool in relation to your bail, and it can even out your uh, your distribution. Some of the better reels come with extra shims, washers, whatever you want to call them, so that you can move your spool up and down and adjust where your line reels in. This one is pretty even, so that's good. And I'm going to put a little bit more line on it, but you don't want to get too much more than that. It may look like more than it is in the picture on the camera, but it's getting into the danger zone. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to trim this off and go see if I can catch some fish later today. If this video was useful, like and subscribe to the channel. We're going to be having more of this kind of content. And good luck. Pick your stuff up, pick your rubbish up, and other people's rubbish.